it's franchise frenzy. Time to rank all the part 5 franchise friends.
Okay, so we are back for Franchise Frenzy, created by TheHORRORman and Horrific Nightmares JM. This month we're ranking the part 5s in our chosen franchises. Oh, and first I wanted to mention that the songs in the intros are AI generated. All I did was type in some lyrics. Anyway, my ranking is gonna be a mess. The majority of these were first time watches, I think, and my memory is terrible these days, so some of these I barely remember anything about, especially if we watched them earlier in the month. So I've naturally ranked some of the ones I've seen more times higher for nostalgic reasons and also rewatchability, since I know I've rewatched them. I don't rewatch things as much as I used to because I don't have time. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's get into it. Number 25 is Final Destination 5. I love the ending. Did not see that coming the first time I watched it. The movie is really good. There's some fun deaths. The characters are okay, but at least a couple of the death sequences are suspenseful to the point that it gives me anxiety watching them, which makes it unpleasant, and I end up checking out of the movie a little bit, so that's why it's in last place. Number 24 is Children of the Corn 5, Fields of Terror. It was pretty good. Some familiar faces. I've already forgotten most of it, and we just watched it the other night, so that's why it's in 24th place. 23 is Leprechaun in the Hood. This might be my favorite of the Leprechaun movies so far. It was fun, and I like iced tea. Oh, and it had cross-dressing. So, number 22 is Prom Night, the remake. I liked it, but well, I don't want to say it wasn't anything special, because I did like it while I was watching it. It was just kind of forgettable. Some likable characters, and Idris Elba. I don't remember anything about it. Number 21 is The Amityville Curse. I really like the cast in this one, and I thought it was pretty well made. It was a little slow in parts, but I think the ending makes up for it. That said, I wrote my thoughts right after we watched the movie, and I don't remember the ending now, but I do remember I enjoyed it. Number 20 is Paranormal Activity 4. I liked this one as far as it keeping my interest in everything. I mean, it's completely unrealistic, I think, how they were recording the video on the laptops for that time period especially, but it was a fun entry. Number 19 is Critters Attack. Love the main character. She was fun. I liked the whole babysitting plot line. The girl Krite was cute. It was fun. Number 18 is Tremors 5, Bloodlines. I thought this one was pretty good. I mean, the graboids are all CGI, I think, but I liked what they did with it. I liked the setting. Great characters. I mean, you had Jamie Kennedy. He was fun. Yeah. But it's one of those we watched earlier, so I don't remember a lot. Number 17 is Alien vs. Predator. I liked this one. Not really being that familiar with the Predator movies, but I thought this was fun. Number 16 is Return to Sleepaway Camp. First of all, I paid $30 for this DVD that was listed in very good condition, and it turned out to be a rental and wouldn't play. But luckily I found the movie online for us to watch. This was a hard one to rank. The kills are brutal. The bullying was hard to watch. Alan, I mean, he ends up being a sympathetic character. Most of the characters are pretty unlikable, but I thought it was pretty decent overall. Number 15 is Piranha 3 Double D, or Double D, whatever we're calling it. We obviously didn't watch it in 3D. It took me way too long to realize this was a comedy. I was expecting a similar tone to the previous one, and it was not like that, but I loved this. It was a lot of fun. It's actually really well made. Like the cinematography and editing were great. And it has David Hasselhoff in it, playing himself, and that was awesome. Number 14 is Psycho 4, The Beginning. I love the first three-fourths of this movie. I love CCH Pounder as the radio host and that part of the storyline. Henry Thomas was fantastic. All the stuff with the wife at the end kind of lost my interest. Number 13 is The Omen remake. I thought this was a pretty good remake, even though it stays pretty close to the original. At first I was a little skeptical, but after the scooter scene, I felt like it picked up and there were some awesome visuals. Great cast, especially David Thewlis, is that his name? And Julia Stiles. I didn't feel like the kid was all that creepy, but Number 12 is Saw 5. This one didn't seem as convoluted as some of the previous ones, but I still probably didn't understand it. But I liked it though. Number 11, Evil Dead Rise. I thought this was fun. It was different. There was a neat atmosphere to it, some fun effects. Number 10, I've got Exorcist the Beginning. I really liked this one. I thought it had some genuinely creepy stuff in it and pretty good effects. Don't know how much I would rewatch it, but it was really good, I thought. Number 9 was A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. I think this was a first time watch. I'm not sure. I had always avoided it because I hated part 4. And from some of the stills of the death scenes, I thought it was going to be way grosser than it actually was. But I liked it, and I liked the characters. I liked the comic book guy's death scene. That was cool. Number 8 is The Nun. This was a first time watch. I remember when this came out, a lot of people didn't seem to like it, or maybe I'm thinking of something else, like part 2 or something. I don't know. But I loved this movie. I liked the gothic feel of it. Some of the scenes with the nuns reminded me of the Blind Dead. I love the cast. There was some really creepy imagery, and it ended up being a lot of fun. I thought that the end fight sequence was awesome, and like how they tied it all back to the Conjuring. I was gonna go back and watch The Conjuring and like see if they did like a retcon kind of thing, but if they didn't, that's really cool. Number 7, I've got Insidious: The Red Door. I liked the story and the setting in this one. The college roommate was fun. I liked the art theme. I liked seeing the kids grown up. Yeah, but the story was really good in this one, I thought. Oh, and the end credits song with what's his name singing Stay? Fantastic. Number 6, I've got Phantasm 5 Ravager. This was a first time watch for me. I mean, well, most of the series was. I loved this one. I don't know the story behind it, or, well, any of the movies really, but so I don't know why the new guy's directing and co-writing and editing, but I thought he brought in some great stuff, and I loved the story. Like, it was really heartfelt, I guess I would say. I wasn't expecting it to end up so, like, sci-fi fantasy apocalypse, but I thought that was a lot of fun. Number 5, I've got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I thought it was a great remake. Jessica Biel gives one of the best final girl performances I've ever seen. And R. Lee Ermey is fantastic. His eyebrows give an amazing performance. At number 4, I've got Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. I have fond memories of watching this one at a friend's house in middle school. It's got a lot of fun stuff in it. Violet and Demon and Reggie, love all them. At number 3 is Resident Evil Retribution. I love this one. It's very stylized. It's fast paced and the fight scenes are awesome. Love the music. Love the intro, like the slow mo reverse. That was awesome. There's the Ripley Newt kind of dynamic going on with Alice and the girl. Michelle Rodriguez is back. I almost put this at number 1, and the only reason I didn't was it was a first time watch, but I feel like I could just throw this one on repeat in the background. Number 2 is Scream 5. I think this may have only been my second time watching this one. I think it's an awesome addition to the franchise, with the exception of one character death. You know which one I mean. But I like the younger characters more this time around than I did the first time I watched it. And, you know, I love seeing all the legacy characters back. I'm putting that in quotation marks. Anyway. And my number 1 is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. I both love and hate this one. I think the atmosphere is awesome and it's super nostalgic, but I hate what happens to Rachel. So I went back and forth on whether to actually put this at number 1 or not, but in the end, yeah, it's gonna have to be number 1. So that's how my list ended up. Be sure to check out everybody else's videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on creeping on. Yeah, cheers. Thanks a lot.